Today I'm gonna do SQL again, and then medium, and I'm gonna pick one. So I'm gonna do the previous one. PostgreSQL, yeah, let's do PostgreSQL. So I'm gonna start consecutive available seats two. So I have one table cinema, and I have two columns, seat ID and free. So seat ID is an auto increment column for this table, and each row of this table indicates whether the ith seat is free or not. 1 means free, while 0 means occupied. Write the solution to find the length of longest consecutive sequence of available seats in the cinema. Note, there will always be at most one longest consecutive sequence. There are multiple consecutive sequences with the same length. Include all of them in the output. Return the result table order by first seat ID in ascending order. Okay. Let's see the example. So just review. 1 means free. So if I have 5 seats and I can see this seat is free, these seats are also free, and obviously these sequence is the longest of length 3, and first seat we're gonna start with seat ID 3, and the last seat ID is 5, 3 and 5, and the consecutive seats length will be 3. Getting back to what was asking in this question, so if there are multiple consecutive seats with the same length, include all of them in the output. So I think if, let's say, there's one row, seat ID 6 and 3 is 0, and after 6, if I have 7, 8, 9, and 3 is at 1, 1, 1, so in that case we have, max length, maximum consecutive length is going to be 3, but we have 2 sequences. So I guess the required output should be 2 rows. And first row going to be 3, 5, 3, and then the second row should be 7, 9, 3. I guess that's what this is asking about. That's my guess. And it says longest consecutive. That's exactly what I already described. Output table is ordered by first seats in ascending order. Okay. So I think I'm gonna start thinking about how to solve this. So I guess what I have to do is somehow I have to assign group ID. So inside the group by group ID, I can count the number of rows and take the maximum to find the maximum consecutive length. And after that, I'm gonna identify the group ID which has the maximum consecutive length. And within each group, I'm gonna get the mean of seats ID for the first seat ID, and then the max of seat ID to get the last seat ID, and then I can just get the max length of the consecutive seats length. Well, I think the difficult part, I think the problem is how to assign the group ID. I forgot how to do it. You should use like row number assignment and then take the difference to get the group ID, but always I kind of forget how to do it. I always forget how to do it. Yeah, I think it should be like if I have like seat ID and then like 3, right? And if I repeat the example, I have like this and this and this and this and this, and then I think what I have to do is like row number, right? And I think partition by 3, order by seat ID, so that I think the output gonna be 1, 1, 2, no, it's 3 and 4, and let's say I'm gonna extend the example with some other row, gonna be like this, 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 and I'm gonna partition by 3, so that's gonna be 2. This is gonna be 5, 6, 7, and then I'm gonna take difference between row num, no, seat ID row num, right? And then I think this is gonna be 0, 1, 1, 1, 1, and 4, 4. No, this is gonna be 2, 2, 2, right? Yeah. So this is gonna be the same difference, huh? But that's okay. So the I think group by group ID and free. No, I don't care about the 0. I don't care about 0. So I don't care about 0. So what I'm going to see is group ID of where the fleet is 1, so that I can see one group here, and I can see another group here, and then by the group ID, I'm going to count the number of rows and take the maximum. So that's, I think this is the essential part. So I think that's enough to do something. So I'm gonna just compute the above thing. So I'm gonna get the seat ID, eventually we need it, and I have to take the difference. So I'm gonna say seat ID minus row num bar over, and this is gonna be partition by 3 and order by seat ID. And as this is going to be the group ID, and I'm going to get the data from cinema table, and I don't care about non-free seed, so only 1. That's it. Yeah, I think that's it. Let's check how it looks temporarily, and things looks like this. So I'm gonna just based on this, I'm gonna do a group by. So what I'm going to do is, so I'm gonna take it from, give me coffee. I'm gonna group by group ID and the count the number of row, and this is gonna be num consecutive seed, and I'm gonna group by ID. Then and then I'm gonna take the maximum. So CTE3 as select group ID from CT2, where let's make it a little bit smaller. I cannot see all the thing. So this non-consecutive seed is equal to max. So this is going to be select max non-consecutive seed from CT2, so that I can get the group ID of the max. And maybe I can just quickly check that thing's okay. So this should be 1. No, I've got the comma. So this should give me 1. Group ID 1. Yeah. Yeah. Parenthesis is wrong. And again, it's already 10 minutes. Maybe I'm kind of too slow. Yeah, I've got the group ID. So extract the original data, this one, not the original table, the first common table expression where the group ID is identical to this max 1. And then just get the minimum and max. So what I'm going to do is take from the original common table expression where the group ID is in appearing at common table expression 3, group ID from common table expression 3, and it's in because maybe we have multiple groups, and I'm going to take a minimum of seed ID as first seed ID and take the max as last seed ID, and then shit, how can I get the maximum number? Oh no, how can I get the maximum number? Um, um, I guess I could just take the difference by this. I mean, I have the number of the seeds in the different table. I cannot come to think of it how to get it, so I'm gonna just take the difference plus 1. I don't know I'm doing right, but that's give me the same number, so I'm gonna still do it. So this is gonna be as consecutive seeds length, consecutive seeds length, and this should be done by group ID. And I think there's an instruction order by first seed ID. So order by first seed ID. So with this, should work, and then run run all the test cases. It looks like it's working, and I think that this runtime for the SQL is I don't have to care, I guess. So what I have done with this question is, so I think this is the kind of essential part of this type of consecutive something question in SQL question. Like you try to have like kind of main auto increment ID, and also you have like row number by certain partition order by criteria to take the difference, and the difference gonna looks like a group ID. And with that group ID, you can do a useful thing like group by count or take the maximum. And eventually you just take some kind of metrics from the table. That's what I did. Um, let me think about whether I can optimize the table a little bit. Um, I don't know, because I wanna have this table for getting the seed ID. So maybe, I don't know. I also need the count, and also based on the count, I want to get the maximum. So maybe there will be a way to reduce the number of city, maybe, but I cannot think of it right now. And also, I don't want to think about it. I don't know. Maybe there's better way to get the consecutive season because I already computed here. So maybe there's a way to reuse that output here. I couldn't find it. And I spent 13 minutes. I feel a little bit, I took, maybe I spent too long. But if I maybe omit this, typing everything, it was kind of time consuming. So if I try to do this in my head, maybe I was able to reduce the time up to 10 minutes maybe. And if I solve this question within 10 minutes, maybe that sounds a good sign, but maybe this time I spent too much time. But that's something I did today.